Hey everybody, hope you are doing well. So today it's all about this big ultra training plan. It's 50 miles, it's the furthest I've ever run, and it's me talking to you about what I'm going to do to kind of tackle this training cycle. And what I've done, which is slightly different to my previous video, because this time last year I recorded a video asking for the community support and kind of reassurance about my ultra training plan that I had for my 40-mile race. And I watched that video back and it's done quite well, it's got quite a lot of views, but I found it a little bit difficult to kind of get to nitty-gritty and kind of get to the bottom of exactly what the plan looked like. Especially as a viewer, it's kind of frustrating, I think, sometimes if you haven't got that visual just to look through. So in the description box below, I've actually linked to a Medium article that I wrote. The reason why I wrote it is so that if anybody in the future wishes to look back upon it, they can just click the article, scroll straight to the bottom. You don't need to look at all the bits and pieces of the chatter at the top. Scroll straight to the bottom and you will see the breakdown of my plan. Now, a couple of things I want to talk to you about here today are that this plan is a template. It's not one that's going to be so rigid that I only stick to what's there, but it is a bit of a non-negotiable. So I think about the kind of job that I've got, I think about the amount of time on my feet I've got in the day, I think about the weather, I think about the locality, I think about all the things that I've got going on in my life to create a plan that also means I'm not going to be at risk of injuring myself. I'm not in a position to run 100-mile weeks. I'm simply not fit enough for that, and I don't have the capacity right now to do something of that nature as much as I would love to. In addition to that, the plan I've put together does incorporate the Oddballs Charity Ultramarathon, which is about 6 weeks in. Obviously, if I was doing the plan as normal without that, there would be a slightly different approach to the training, but I have to do a bit of kind of this up and down motion in terms of the mileage in order to accommodate the ultramarathon, which I'm really pleased to obviously be doing. It's going to be tough, it's going to be difficult. I've got an alternate kind of week cycle thing going on, and what I mean by that is that 1 week I'm going to be having this Wednesday session as kind of a 5k speed, the following will be hills, the following will be yoga, strength and conditioning. So I've just incorporated those three things amongst my general mileage because I think it's important to give focus and give attention to those specific workouts, and I wanted to make sure that again there was this kind of acceptance that they were going to be included in my plan, and I wanted to acknowledge them, and I wanted to have some accountability that I make sure I do give necessary time to them. So like I say, the plan itself involves weekly mileage being built up as you would see in a typical marathon plan. Emphasis on the long runs, emphasis on double runs, so back-to-back runs on the weekend, more or less from the get-go. Even though it's just a smaller run, a shorter run and a slower run on the Sunday, I wanted to make sure they were in there, so it kind of just built in that routine that I will always go long on the Saturday and I will always do something shorter on the Sunday. And that's how I'm going to operate the training plan. Of course, I can go slightly further if I feel good on a day, and if I have a really rough day then maybe I go shorter. So again, it's just there as a template, but it's there so that I know I can follow it as religiously as possible, and I try and stick to it. I will be printing it off, I'm putting it on the wall, I'll be ticking it off, a nice little self-esteem boost, but I can't guarantee how far I'll go during the hill sessions. I can't guarantee necessarily the pace of certain sessions of that nature, but I've decided that I'm going to be focusing obviously on a lot of long, easy sessions, and the pace is going to be nice and relaxed, nice and calm, and that should also prevent me from being injured because it's just going to be very, very gentle, and it's going to be within the kind of parameters that I'm comfortable running in. So the easy days are, or easy runs rather, about 6 minutes per kilometre, and the very easy ones about 6:30. Anything that's any quicker than that, the speed sessions are going to be between 5 and 5:30 per kilometre, probably leaning towards the 5:30. And the hills obviously depends on elevation, depends on the route I choose. That's just kind of one of those up in the air. Who knows what it's going to be, but I'm there to tackle the hills. I'm not there to try and do anything at a particular pace. That will also involve hiking rather than just sprinting up and down a hill aimlessly. So a lot of exciting things going on there. Also, I'll be out exploring the route itself as soon as it's possible to do so. With the current times, not really supposed to be kind of driving about and doing things that are not necessary. So I will wait until it is suitable to do such, but I will be exploring the route. I do know a good amount of it already. But like I say, what I'd love you to do is, if it's possible, obviously comment down below with your thoughts and insights, because there's a lot of people in the community who can definitely give me some ideas. I really couldn't find any plans out there that were free that I could just kind of look at and try to build around. So mine is up there on the internet. The link is in the description box below. Please feel free to take a look at the article. You don't have to read through it all because I've just kind of repeated mostly what's in there. But at the bottom, I've got a 20-week plan of what I intend to do, and I would absolutely love your feedback because I'm not precious about it. I can go and edit any time. And one of the big things that's been mentioned as well, just before I finish, is double run days. So I haven't written any of those in specifically, but I know that it's something that I will be doing towards the end. I just didn't want to commit myself to it too early on, and I wanted to make sure that I was comfortable with the timings of it. And I think as we go through the year, it'll be lighter in the mornings, lighter in the evenings, and I'll be able to do that. Right now, I'm getting up in the dark, I'm coming home in the dark, and the local area for me doesn't necessarily support the best options for double run days. I can do it, but I'm just waiting, just kind of biding my time there. So it will feature, it's just not written down there yet. Anyway, thanks so much for checking this out. Like I say, if you'd like a kind of free template, I've put something together. I'm not a professional athlete. This is just me doing something I feel comfortable with, but it is out there all the same. Thank you again so much for your ongoing support, and I look forward to sharing this journey with you in 2021. The 50-mile ultra, my biggest goal race to date, furthest. Let's do it.